Hello, today I'm going to talk about my simple dialogue plugin that I have released to Google Drive and GitHub. It's a very simplistic um, visual novel style of dialogue, and it doesn't really have voiceover stuff set up, at least not yet. But it has two functions in the actual code that might be interesting for even a little bit bigger teams, regardless of the visual novel aspect. The first one is that I have created this system where you can copy paste text into the blueprints. So it works just by you write the dialogue first here on Notepad or whatever, and you copy it to the clipboard with Control C. Then you go here to cast defaults, and you click on this generate text from clipboard. And when you click that, if this is empty, you should see it populate and have all the dialogue you wrote. And then when you click on these generate nodes from text and copy the clipboard part, it should now have on the clipboard the nodes generated. So if you click on the graph again and hit Control V, it should pass all these nodes with all the correct dialogue uh, created and linked together. So now I have, for example, this player saying hello, and then the target or the NPC is saying hello back, and then player says, "What's your name?" And at the end, I also have custom speaker. So here I have written HEPA. So then it assumes that I want to use a custom speaker. So it adds this structure dot name dot as the prefix to HEPA, and it tries to use the custom speaker HEPA as the speaker in that dialogue. It won't work right away because the script doesn't automatically know what that structure is. So I have created this uh, custom function that uses the interface that I have also created for this sample project to find the HEPA character. So this one is in the base blueprint class. So if I click here, it finds all the characters with the interface, and then checks if their name tag is the name tag that you want to find, and then if you find it, it's like set coastal speaker. So that's how that works, and we can see it in action here. Click on E and then continue, introduce, hello, what's your name? My name is NPC. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's cool. And then the third character steps in, and the character says, "Oh," and then it's over. So yeah, that's like I don't really want to have all the dialogue in a text file or some kind of uh, separate asset that would have like an array of text, because you still would need to figure out how to do like expressions, and then using a graph is just much simpler when you also want to have like some kind of gameplay effects or something, like if you wanted to have give the player like a weapon here when you start a quest, or actually like start a quest. So if you like, maybe you would have the game state and then like get the find component, uh, get component by class, and then you would like find the mission manager or whatever, and then start the actual quest to find the chickens. That's how you would do it here. Like, but otherwise you would have to like create some kind of separate your own system just to like do even the basic blueprint stuff. So just find it a lot easier to like use the graph, actual blueprint, like blueprint graph that has like all the existing functions of blueprints to be able to do, and then just like copy paste the dialogue text like this, and then I can tweak it here and like add voiceover and stuff like that. This is just like voiceover tag, like some visual novel style games have like just like or whatever, and not like a whole full voice acting. I do dream about also doing that, and then like linking a voice line here and have it automatically find the voice line for you that you need to link it there. But I don't have I don't have the budget for voice acting, so it's not something I can necessarily start experimenting on with, because yeah, I would need the voice acting first to be able to like test it. But yeah, that's the basics of like this importing system. Is like player. I don't like this quest. Do it, and being able to like copy paste this stuff. Like sometimes I write a lot longer than this, but just like if you saw me clicking there, it changed to 2, and now it has the text there, and again automatically generate. I don't like this quest, and then don't do it here. So yeah, that's like a very easy way to just like write dialogue in text editor in a very comfortable way, and then being able to import it here. The only problem is then if you want to like, I've been thinking about like maybe somehow being able to select these nodes and then like inverse the process of like being able to then copy paste this back to the text editor if you want to go like back and forth, if you have like done some changes here. Also the expressions don't really, you don't cannot like write expressions in the text file, so maybe that's another thing I need to do, like being able to write sad here, for example, and then it would like automatically find you the expression sad here and stuff like that. Yeah, but then the other thing that's really useful is localization and automatic generation of namespaces and keys. So if you look at this localized text key here, it's like a random key, and which is to begin with already like a really bad way of doing text in Unreal. I think because it can like generate a lot of doubles. So the solution to that is to use string tables. And here I have like a generic text lines string table that has like just like a very common stuff that you might say in dialog scripts, like just like hello, hi, yes, no, and so on. And then what I also do is I create a new string table for each dialog script. So here I will create a new string table. I think you might need to save it there too before you can do anything else. And then here I will select in the actual dialog script, I will I will choose the generic dialog script, and then I will choose the specific for this script string table. So now these ones still have random keys for the localized text, but now if I click save, it should now say specific to this string table. So it has added this text to the string table. If you click here, actually that was already open, that's why it does that. So if I want to see it populated, so now it shows them open. So now it has all of this text. It has the name of the blueprint as part of the key if you happen to use the same string table in multiple scripts. And then for this stuff like hello, it uses the generic one. So you can see that dialogue, it's using the generic this one generic dialog string table as the string table, and doesn't put that line into this script specific, so you don't see the hello line here. So yeah, that already helps a lot with putting the stuff into the string table automatically. But another thing I have set up is if you use comments, then it will like generate even a nicer key for each part, each node. And here I will, oops, I will move these around a little bit. Select all of these and create a comment and name the comment to introduction. And now if I go back to class defaults, I need to unlink these and then destroy entries. So now if I hover this, actually, why doesn't it say anything? I don't know why it doesn't show any text. But if I open this again, whoops. If I open this again, it should be empty. And now if I save, now it says, well, that one is the generic one, but this one says now introduction 0. So if you go to this, again, I forgot to close, so it doesn't automatically update that one. But it now says the name, the start quest here, and the introduction one here. So it creates even more context for the localization team to kind of figure out like what is this ARG line, or here what is this hey guys line like related to. So it gives the localization team more information, and even yourself like information like what is this dialogue about. And if you like, because one problem with this system is that now this thing is kind of oops, this thing is kind of locked in, so you cannot like just like edit this. So you need, if you want to edit this, you need to unlink, and then like now you can edit this. But then because if it generates this like nice key for it that is like gives you a lot of clues what it is, then you can easily go here and just like find it with this like using the key here. So you can just like find the one that says start quest, and you can edit it here. Then you can like change the dialogue that way without having to like completely re-importing it with this method of clicking generate nodes part here. So yeah, that's at least I have found it very useful of like being able to generate these keys here, and I feel it's a lot more organized than just having random keys generated for the text, or like, yeah. So that's about it for the two functions. So the actual functions that do that are here in the dialog CPP. So here I have the code that this, I think, part, yeah, this parses into the arrays, and then this one generates the node for each of the lines. So feel free to use these on your own project if you want. And then I separately also have the function that goes like through the whole graphs and all the properties of the script, and checks the string tables in them. And yeah, so this one clears the string tables, and then I should have somewhere else the part that's like oh wait, that's in save function. Actually, that's not here. So if I go to the save function, pre-save, so here check using string tables. So if you copy this to your own whatever system you're using, then you input the string table and also like the default string table, and then it does the magic for you of like replacing all the dialogue the text namespace and keys with ones from the two string tables that you have set up here. So okay, that's it for that part. Now I will start going through the sample project a little bit if you're interested on just like the visual novel stuff, visual novel style, simple dialogue system. I'm sure there's like 100 million of these on there on the market, so that's why I'm not really promoting it too much. But I have just set up a simple character base for all the characters that has like dialogue character interface, and then that one just returns the dialogue name and icon and the dialogue name tag. Then on the NPC, I have also interact interface that when and this sphere, that's like the radius where you can interact with this NPC, and when you get to the range, when you touch this or overlap with this sphere, then this character is added to the range of the player. Actually, I could probably do this also on the player. Well, no, actually no, because then would have to define this sphere on the player. But yeah, that adds the player to the range. I mean, this character, this NPC character, the range of the player into the player's array of interactable objects. And then I have this interact function from the interact blueprint interface, so that when the player clicks E on this character, then it will rotate the character towards the player and then call this blueprint functional library function trigger dialog. And this just finds the dialog moniker component in the player controller and then call speak dialog. I might have to also like have some kind of check that it's not already in dialog when you do this. I have the HUD show up so that it kind of blocks you from doing it twice in a row, but yeah, it might still be some cases where you can do it. But yeah, then back to the NPC, there's also can interrupt function that just returns true. And then on the player, I have the interact enhanced input action, and like I said, here I have remove from range and add to range functions from the interact player funcs interface that add the NPC to this array actors in range. And then when the player clicks interact or the E button in the sample project, it goes through all the interactable actors and finds the one that closest. Actually, I forgot to check here if can interact should be, of course, true. So I forgot to check this one. So let's just do that quick. And yeah, it finds the closest actor in this array. I, of course, well, I should have remembered to clear it. Maybe I didn't remember to clear it. Yeah, actually, I should actually also do that destroyed. And play. I should clear this. Oops. Clear this array so that I don't have any hard references to those actors when the game ends and then the garbage collection has is slower to do its thing. So anyway, when player clicks interact, it will call this interact function on the interface, on which on the NPC triggers the trigger dialog function. And if you're wondering what the speak context is, that is because you might want to have like different reasons why this script is triggered. Like uh, in this case, the player is just interacting with the character, but sometimes you might have something like a mission or an objective completed or started or whatever, and that might, or the NPC sees the player, or the NPC attacks the player, or something like that. So if you want to still use the same script for those situations that's related to this one NPC, um, then you can use the speak context, and then here on the dialog script, um, you can just choose the context of why the player is speaking or what the instructor is speaking, like this. Yeah. So yeah, that's how the interaction works. Little bit about the widget. Oh, actually, I named that incorrectly. It should be W, just for consistency. So this is just like a C++ based widget that basically just has like a reference to the manager, and it's that this update function is called when the dialog changes. So for example, when the dialog starts, um, when now it's called, and then when you click continue, it updates the update function is also called, and then when you click through the dialog, it always calls update, and also when the dialog ends. So if it's not in dialog anymore, then I for this sample project I also set the input mode so that you can no longer see the mouse on you or use the mouse, and if it's in dialog, then I set the input mode to true and show the mouse cursor. But depends on how you want to do it. Maybe you want to select with some kind of enhanced input keys instead. Um, yeah, there I also have narrator checked. So if there's no speaker, then it assumes that it's the narrator and uses the narrator name text from the player controller. For this sample project, I just added the dialog moniker on the player controller, and here I have set up the text character names narrator, so it can find. So if I go to dialog and add, for example, dialog and narrator NPC looks at you curiously, it should show that narrator text there, but no icon. So let's hope that the demo effect. Oh, it does show the icon, and something went wrong there now. It's also not showing the keys right now. Oh wait, now I remember what the problem is. It's I forgot that I need to do this stuff regardless. Oh, and I also don't hide the key here. So now it should work. So now if I go here and talk to the NPC looks at you curiously, and then player icon, you can see the player icon. Actually, I don't know why it says narrator now. Can you find 100 chickens? And now it tells the correct icon again. So yeah, so for the dialog choices, I call this function. Oops, actually now I'm doing it twice. I call this function create choices, and I delete if there's too many choices, and I create if there's too few choices. Actually, I don't necessarily need this array of create widgets here. I could just get like I would just do like clear choices widget, and then get children or something. Get all children, and then like do this one, and then just like cast. Also, I'm sure if I should just like use, because these are now like typecast to this, so that like maybe I should use an interface there, but I don't know. I'm lazy. Sometimes, at least with the characters, I am using the interfaces so they don't have like circle reference to each other's classes. But yeah, that's the dialogue. It's very simplistic. I didn't add like a text here yet that would like show the text gradually, like I have in my own project. But yeah, for creating dialogue, again, you just do like hit here and then a blueprint class and write dialogue. And then if you want to have like a base class, I have used dialog base here. So then I will have, oops, why did it do that? Dialog, and then actually I should mark this as abstract, so it doesn't show up in the list. And then yeah, just like on activate, and let's say this is my new super cool dialog, and just like start doing this and this, and now you have your dialog here. And then if you want to use that dialog, for example, here I have the NPC already set up, and if I want to switch it to use the new dialog, I just choose no dialog here. The reason I clicked on the abstract thing, if you're not familiar, so that it doesn't show up in here on the list and you don't accidentally select it. Then I go here. This is my new super cool dialog, blah blah blah. And the reason I did want to use this as the base class is so that if I also want to use this function to find the custom character that's not directly involved. Oh yeah, that's another concept, is that when you interact with the NPC, the player is of course the player who interacted with this character, and then this NPC is the target. So in this dialog script, there's player actor, and then there's target actor, I think, or dialog target maybe. Dialog target. So these are the two actors that are involved in the dialogue. So if you want to do something with this character, like cast to character, and then mesh set material. Oops, set material, and let's do Queen. I think 2. So then if I go talk to this structure again and continue, did they, oh, I think that was the wrong index. Material index 1. I can do something with that character, for example, give that character different texture like there, or like give a new weapon. And then I was kind of jumping from one chapter to another, but now I can also like this one. This is the player. This is the target. So this is the target speaking. This is the target actor if you want to do something with the target actor. This is the player actor if you want to do something with the player actor. And then what I was getting into was this character named HEPA. So if I want to do something with that character, get custom speaker, and then HEPA, and then set actor location. Maybe like jump them into air or something. Get actor location. Just to give some kind of visual clue that something is happening with that character. So now if I do this, and I don't know why it's lags there in the beginning, continue, and then yeah, the HEPA character, that was like a third person in this character, was affected by the script. So yeah, that's pretty much it. OnActivate is the function that is called when the dialogue starts. Deactivate is what you want to call at the end when you want the dialogue to be over. And then if you want to create dialogue choices, I usually use sequence, and you use this add choice function. And then just write the choice here. I also have this enable tag. So for example, if the player wants, if the player visits the shopkeeper and you want to show all the options that you can buy a gun or whatever, but the player might not have enough ammo, or I mean money, then you disable this option. So it should still show up there, but just be like disabled. So you can select it, sample dialog, and then I can go here, and now this option is disabled, but the two other ones are still enabled. Yeah, and then you can of course also just like dialog normally here, without having to copy paste from the notepad. Just write dialog and then choose here. And if you want the custom speaker, if you want narrator, choose this one. If you want the player, choose that one. If you want the custom speaker, you use the custom speaker and then the tag here at the bottom. But again, reminder, if you do use the custom speaker, then you need to kind of bring them into the script. So I think if I go here and I look at player controller, where is the details panel? And I look at this one. So now I'm looking at the info of the actual dialog script object while it's running the game. There's no custom speakers here yet, but then once I click on introduce, now it has the custom speaker because I did run the function to find this custom speaker. So it has like a pointer to this object now that can be like a that can be referenced to in the dialogue. So by default, it only like involves the two characters that interacted with each other in the dialogue. But then you can bring new characters, but you have to define some way like who that character is by using tags or whatever ways you want to in your own project. So that's kind of a loose breakdown of the system. Again, for myself, I'm sort of, I don't know how simple these things are in the end for people to do, but I did find them myself helpful. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. I hope I didn't ramble too much this time.